Hello, and welcome to SpaceEngine Exploration. Okay, where are we? We're in a galaxy. So it's been a little bit since I've recorded really anything, and I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on. My living situation has not really improved at all. I know I talked about it, I think, 2 SpaceEngine Exploration episodes ago. But, yeah, until things improve, my recordings are probably not going to have any microphone audio since I don't really get time to record stuff very much. And I might just record a lot of like Beauty of Space Engine style videos or those fact videos or something like that. Maybe work on an animated video, I don't really know. I don't really have anything planned, and I've not recorded in over a month and a half. So it's been a little bit since I've recorded anything, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a little update of what's going on. Currently looking for a place to live and stuff. So, what else is there? Yes, Anti-Chamber, that series. I will get more of those recorded soon, eventually, maybe. I know I have about 5 episodes up right now, and those were the first 5 I recorded all in like one sitting. I just kind of played the game for a couple hours and made 5 episodes, so that's kind of how that worked. I know a lot of people were making comments, suggesting things and stuff, and, well, they were pre-recorded videos. I need to record the next bulk of videos for those very soon, but what you guys saw there is basically where I'm at in that little series. And I do want to do more games like that. If you guys have any cool games like Anti-Chamber, let me know, because yeah, I definitely want to do more gaming videos, and I think that will be a main staple of the channel, is probably doing gaming videos, because that's what I originally started with, and then I kind of like hit all the videos because I was going like primarily space stuff, but I kind of want to step away from that and maybe start doing some Let's Plays of some kind. I think that would be pretty fun. But I really like the style of like puzzle or possibly RPG games or something like that. Like, I'm not going to be the next big Fortnite channel or, I don't know, Black Ops 4 or anything like that. I don't want to play like multiplayer games or shooters or anything like that. I'm thinking some cool adventure games, a lot like Anti-Chamber, would be kind of more fitting for the channel, I guess you would say. Because they are kind of like cool puzzle style games, and they're kind of nerdy and trippy, and I just like the style of them. And yeah, I'd like to see more of that, so if you guys have any similar games you would like to suggest, similar like Anti-Chamber or let's say the Stanley Parable or something like that, yeah, I'd be more than willing to play those and upload them to this channel. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some suggestions here. Let's see, we got one from Best Gamer, posted 5 days ago. The smallest rings I have ever seen on a planet. Let's go ahead and go to this planet. Let's go to the gas giant. Oh, it's got some interesting shadows on it. Where's its parenting star? Okay, so that's its own shadows. These tiny rings are making a pretty big shadow. Why is it so circular shaped? I guess that's just because the planet's so round, but that looks weird. But there's our parenting star, here's the ring system, and here's the planet itself. Hopefully this recording's coming out fine. I am recording at 60 FPS, whether I render the video in 60 FPS or not will depend how I feel when I'm editing it, to be honest. We are in the Milky Way. We can see the large Magellanic Cloud over here and the small one over there, and Andromeda's probably somewhere around here. I don't see it yet. It has a tendency to just pop in. Oh well, I'm not gonna look for it. So what's up? Is this like a small gas giant? Is this an asteroid or a moon? Okay, so this moon's 5,800 kilometers in diameter, so that means that gas giant's probably pretty large, even though this moon, in perspective, looks pretty large compared to the gas giant itself. This gas giant is 129,000 kilometers in diameter, so pretty big. What would that make it? So if Earth is like 1,200, Yeah, I guess it's about 10 times the size of Earth. I guess what that little thing is saying right there. Also, can somebody tell me what the symbol means? I'm sure I knew it at one point, but I've pretty well forgotten what that symbol means. So, this is another Selena, same size. Roughly the same size. And that's about half the diameter of Earth, so I guess that's a good perspective of the gas giant itself. What would this be classified as? Probably like a Neptune-sized gas giant. Yeah, probably around a Neptune-sized gas giant. And we have a little asteroid right here. I don't think there's any in the rings though. And we can just go ahead and touch down on this. And sit on as we orbit around this planet. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and just pause time so we aren't lagging up the game. I am recording this on my new laptop, which runs this game impressively well. Very happy with it. And yeah, hopefully it stays 60 FPS, it doesn't dip too much. This next one is from Deck Bureau. Let's go ahead and paste in this ID here. And here we go. The other side of the Milky Way. Oh, there's Andromeda. We got some planets and or asteroids orbiting around this star, causing huge plumes of material and gas to be shot outwards. We have comet tails, and then we have like huge trails of gas being burned away from these planets because they're way too close. So that's a bit of a terrifying view. Let's go ahead and land on it. We're going to fly through probably a lot of cloud layers here. One, two. If I fly through three, or looks like we just flew through 2 cloud layers, and the sky is just white because there's a terrifyingly large star right there. You can kind of see a bunch of detailed hills, and if we fly outwards and look at the dark side of this planet, the sky is just red. That's kind of an unsettling color. Can't imagine it would, yeah. Look at this red glowing cloud layer right here. And then here's like the outer atmosphere. And that atmosphere does span on for quite a while. Oh, saw the star. But saw it through a weird layer of atmosphere that caused it to look almost inverted. That's crazy looking. That was a really good looking star though. Like the detail on it's pretty good. It would be cool if like the texture or whatever like actually moved around slowly or something. I think that would make for a very cool effect, but all in all, that star does look great. We are tidally locked with the star, so what you're seeing is the actual orbit of the planet move around the star. The star is not spinning. Well, I mean, it is spinning, but it's not spinning that fast. We're just orbiting the star right now. And as you can see, all the other... I think the game just... Yeah, the game just crashed on me. Okay, be right back. I just noticed it was a carbon star. Let me make sure the music's playing. Okay, it is. It's just very quiet at the moment. So yeah, that was the planet orbiting around the star, and it caused the game to crash. Interesting, because I think I have the video settings very low at the moment. Oh well. Is there anything else notable around that? Okay, we have a planet with life over here. Let's go ahead and just zoom in here. Oh, it's got marine life, so we can't even see the life on it, so it's just like visiting any other Terra, really. But the life is just there. And it's got a moon. Hello, moon. Alright. Let's see if I can get this next ID selected. This one is from Luca Adrian. It was from a month ago. It's a brown dwarf with negative temperature. I assume you mean like, not below absolute zero, but something below 0 Celsius or Fahrenheit. Yep, negative 182 degrees Celsius. So this is not like an unknown thing. I don't think there's an accurate way to even measure or visualize brown dwarfs, but there's been approximations that brown dwarfs have like below 0 temperatures, because they do eventually cool off since they are failed stars. They may have a lot of mass, and they may still be very, very hot in the centers, but the surface temperature can be below 0 on a brown dwarf. And there's its parenting star, and there's a second star there. So I'm a little surprised that it is below 0. How far is that away? 0.09 astronomical units. So that must be a very, very small red dwarf there. Because I imagine that alone would probably make this thing a bit warmer. But there have been brown dwarfs that have been measured close to absolute 0 on the surface. Of course, I don't know how they're measured. I don't know how you measure a brown dwarf or even visualize one, but apparently there's been some research that has shown that brown dwarfs do reach that low temperature. I think the only source I can really cite for that is probably a SciShow video that I watched about brown dwarfs and how cold they are. So I would definitely recommend going and watching that for a little bit more better of an explanation than my rambling. But yeah, there's a very cool brown dwarf, and it's got these cool pink auroras on it. So that's a pretty neat view. Get the second star in there. There we go. So what are we dealing with here? Orange dwarf, triple system. I assume this is the third star in this system. These are counted as stars in this game. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go to the next edition, which is 71 Tori from Oshijack. Hopefully I pronounced that right. But I'm very good at butchering pronunciations. So let's go to the question mark there. I assume it's TAU. Okay. Got a very oblong shaped star, which I do believe means it is rotating very rapidly and causing that oblong shape. And what is that? What are you? You're a gas giant, but you have so many objects orbiting around you. And look at all that. They're glowing so brightly. This entire planet's incredibly bright. It's because it's really close to the star, isn't it? Yeah, that's what that is. Wow. So they're just all very brightly illuminated. It looks like its own little star cluster almost. Yeah, this is a planet right here. That's crazy looking. Is there any message on this one? Nope, just says go to this system. So this is a scorched desert, as you can tell by the red glowing clouds and the label literally saying scorched desert. And we have some molten cliffs. Nope, those are clouds. So we just have really, really hot clouds causing a red glow. I assume, oh, that's Pleiades over there. Got a volcano over here. Looking neat. Cool little shifting color of the star as it goes through the atmosphere there. some large mountains, which are rendering slowly and weirdly because I do have the settings turned down for the sake of performance and reducing crashing. But that was mainly because the last time I tried to record I was on battery, and laptops on battery perform terribly, so I had to turn on the settings. So here's our parenting star, which is a white man sequence star. And if we go ahead and turn down our exposure, we can see some of the more detail of this star as we zoom in closer and closer. Looks almost identical to the carbon star, except the carbon star had like a lot larger these things, so yeah. And these ones always are weird when you approach them with low settings. I mean, look at that. It's just like looks so weird as it gets more and more detailed. A lot of sunspots on it too. So there we go. Is there anything else I need to visit in the system? Hot Selena and a cool desert. The cool desert is negative 55 degrees Celsius, which gives you an idea of how hot this system is, because that white man sequence star is very powerful. Let's touch down at this pole over here, since it looks kind of neat. This is a pretty cool view. I really like these snowy hills here. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn up the settings. We can just keep our fingers crossed that the game doesn't crash. Let's go for 0.4, negative 0.4 rather. I should allow these hills to have a little bit more detail and look a little bit more natural. So there we go, that's a pretty cool effect. I'll move it right there. There we go, that's pretty cool. I really like this view. Anyways, let's go ahead and zoom out here. Just check out its little Selena moon, or is that an ice world? That is a cool Selena. But it's got like ice and stuff on it, and a small atmosphere. This is another cool view. Check that out. That looks very cool. So, while you guys stare at this pretty view, I'm going to go ahead and look for the next ID, which is from Produde Films. Let's see if we can get this selected. It's in a star cluster, and please explain this beautiful sight. It's a white dwarf. Here we go. Oh, what's this? Okay, I know what's going on here. Now, I hope you guys know what's going on, but when you see these little square-shaped stars in the corner that are very weird looking, that means you are within a refraction effect. Refraction just means light hits an object and the light bends and gets sent elsewhere. So, light is bending. I think we are looking at a white dwarf in the center of a galaxy. But normally you don't get that refraction effect unless it's right next to the black hole. And we kind of entered a large elliptical type galaxy, so I assume that we just turn our camera around. We're in IC 1101. So that's what's going on. I think I've had a video of me looking at white dwarfs around IC 1101 quite a few times. If you hit F2 here, you can see that there's quite a few of them actually. So here's a white dwarf, here's a white dwarf. They just look like dots on this chart here. Another white dwarf. Here's another one. And the further you get on this list, the further away they are. So here's the furthest white dwarf from IC 1101. And it doesn't make much of a difference. That's just a very insanely large black hole. 6 light years across, I do believe, is the accretion disk. 3 light years away is like the end of the accretion disk, which is like way over here to the black hole itself. So it's very large, and if we hit play, we can go ahead and just see this spin the accretion disk around a white dwarf is very small, so it spins quite rapidly. And if we speed up time enough, we could see IC1101 start spinning around. And we can even see some of the other stars orbiting around IC1101 and its distortion of light. I think this effect would be a lot better if we were at a white dwarf that's a little closer to the center of this galaxy. So let's go to this white dwarf. Oh, wobbly. And slow down time a little bit, so that's a little bit, yeah, we're actually going through the accretion disk itself. Wouldn't that mean that this star would be shredded up by the gravity of this black hole? I mean, the accretion disk is just shredded up stars, but I don't know. I do not know. I don't think this white dwarf would be very safe, let alone these larger stars toward the center, like this carbon star, for example. I can't imagine this is safe from the black hole's gravity, especially since it looks like, yep, it does go right through that accretion disk. I don't think this would be safe. I think this would have been shredded up quite a while ago. But it's a very weird star, and SpaceEngine does not really care much. Probably just generated a bunch of random stars around the black hole itself. It probably didn't do anything special there. Okay, so the next suggestion is from Randoms, and it is a galaxy collision. IC968. CID, let's paste that in. Looks like it's a two-way collision, judging by that list there. And here we go. We have a small galaxy colliding with a larger galaxy. Let's go ahead and fly to this smaller galaxy and just kind of land inside of it. Uh-oh. I think the game crashed. Aw, man. I will be right back. So I assume the settings are turned back down, sadly. But let's fly into the small galaxy. And just kind of get a gander at this. Okay, game crashed again. I don't think I'm going to be allowed to view this galaxy. This happens sometimes. I don't know if it's a weird thing with the cache or whatever. Sometimes when I just repeatedly visit an object, though, it likes to crash repeatedly. And there's not really too much I can do about that. And I'm going to turn this music down ever so slightly because the levels of it look like it's kind of matching what I got going on here. Okay, here we go. We're going to try a third time and hope it doesn't crash. We're just going to look at the smaller galaxy this time. So this is what we would see. Apparently we do believe something like this might have happened to the Milky Way, and there might actually be like some type of irregular or some type of galaxy at the edge of the Milky Way. I have a video of it. It required a mod for me to load it in. But the Milky Way has apparently collided with a few galaxies, possibly. And yeah, we can't really tell what's a galaxy and what's not, like an external galaxy or whatever, because well, it's just hard to tell when viewing from the inside and when you're in a bunch of this interstellar dust here and like things are distorted and you probably can't see that far. Your exposure and magnitude is probably a lot lower and blah blah blah. 7.0 is apparently our visible magnitude though, and what we would see in space if we were just standing there looking out a window pretty much. But yeah, apparently there is possibly a galaxy sitting at the edge of the Milky Way that we've collided with. We just can't really tell what the Milky Way looks like exactly because we're inside the Milky Way and it's much harder to see the details of the galaxy. Is there anything special? We're at the edge of the universe. Nope, this is just a galactic collision. Why would we be at the edge of the universe when this is a galaxy that's been found? Okay, so I'm not going to visit any planets. I don't visit any planets and stuff in galaxy suggestions. I just kind of go to the galaxies themselves. And yeah, there's not really too much to talk about. We can go to the central supermassive black hole and hope the game doesn't crash, but boink, there you go. And yeah, that looks kind of cool. And you can even see the galaxy there, so that's a pretty neat view. Just looking at that. I don't think I'm going to be able to deselect a star because we are in a cluster and it's kind of hard to... Oh, I found a spot. Found a spot. Thread the needle. I'm sure... Okay, I'm sure there's a button to deselect that. But yeah, you're looking at the other galaxy from the center of the larger of the two. So, that's a pretty cool view. Maybe, just maybe, this might be the thumbnail for the video. I kind of like that glowing galaxy, or black hole I mean, down in the bottom right there. And that leaves just amount of room to leave the SpaceEngine Exploration logo at the top. Episode in the bottom left. Yeah, I think that would be a very cool thumbnail. But who knows, I might find a different contender later in this video. Let's fix a field of view. And move on to the next suggestion, which is from Z32 Rome. First time suggesting anything, but check this out. Oddest planet with life. Oh, I'll check it out. Exotic, multicellular, marine terrestrial, frozen titan with life. Okay, titans are actually pretty cool when they have life, because normally it's purple or something weird. With some weird texture. In this case, it looks like it's purple, so this planet's going to appear like it is infested with Zerg creep. So this is a Zerg planet. If this game was a little bit more detailed, you'd probably see like a lair right there. Maybe some drones harvesting minerals and Vespine gas. Okay, so we're in the Milky Way. We can see the magellanic clouds again. There's our parenting star way out there because it's a very cold planet. Sitting at negative 193 degrees Celsius. So I imagine a lot of this would be like some bacterial life of some kind. I'm noticing these hills look kind of rocky and not... okay, I guess that is kind of ice and snow. It's always hard to tell because everything uses like the same three hill textures, but yeah. Looks like we do have some cool looking rings. So if we can just find the shadows to those. I see them in the atmosphere over here. Let's land in the ring shadows. Okay, that's pretty cool. Not very large rings. Could you imagine Earth having rings? I mean, obviously it'd be harder to send stuff in orbit and have like cool orbital paths and stuff, but I mean, look at this. Imagine your day-night cycle every single day. Sorry, I backed up way away from the microphone. Day and night cycle every single day would have these bands of rings be casted across you, and we'd probably come up with some cool name for it every day or something like that. But that'd be very neat just to have these shadows cross over like where you're at. And I wonder if it'd have like the same effects of an eclipse where things get like a little bit windier and cooler out and the shadows sharpen up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this next one is from Sniva and Dragons, I think that's pronounced. I'm awful with names, but this is the idea they suggested, and their comment says, a Terra with a nebula and a neighboring galaxy visible. Wish the Terra was around a gas giant, but that's probably asking for too much. No, that is never asking for too much in this game. You could definitely find that kind of stuff. Late edit. There also appears to be, or it also orbits around a white dwarf with an accretion disk. So I assume that's our white dwarf with the accretion disk by that very blue glow. The nebula looks very cool. Let's just watch this cloud kind of do its thing and rotate in its weird ways and stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to get a good view of that. Oh, you see all the stuff we're flying past in the system by all that motion blur that I still have enabled. Got some auroras here. Let's just land right here. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. Especially with the nebula in the sky. That makes a really cool effect. You can see the galaxy and the band of the galaxy there. There's the center of the galaxy. And there's something on my improvised cardboard box mouse pad. Because, like I said, I'm not in the optimal recording setting at the moment. Like, my later videos will probably be recorded in a carport on a freezer because that's the quietest place I could record. But I just found a good time window where I could actually get a recording done, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm currently on a tiny coffee table, sitting on a couch with a cardboard box as my mouse pad. So I mean, I just really wanted to get a recording out because I've not recorded anything in like over a month, and I felt kind of bad, and I feel like I really needed to get a recording done, and I'm hoping to get a few more done, but I've just not really had good time windows to do so. Anyways, if we touch down on this planet under this cloud layer here and zoom in, we can see our white dwarf with an accretion disk. And since we are tidally locked, if I can slow this the hell down, zoom out, zoom in, we can see the accretion disk spinning very rapidly around that white dwarf, as it was around the whoa, was that actually bending light? Oh, that's cool. Usually you only see like neutron stars bend light, but this one's got enough mass to bend light itself. And I had my field of view very much increased, so zooming into that didn't really work. So we'll just land on it. And there's the accretion disk. Very cool. And if we turn down the exposure massively, click, 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 click. Can't see the details of it yet. Keep going. Nope, can't really see the details of the star. Maybe I'm thinking of neutron stars. Oh no, it's been a while. You can see it's refracting light because it's doing all sorts of weird distorting effects though. I mean, is it bending light? It doesn't really look like it. Huh. Kinda did when that object orbited around it. Not too sure. I'm not seeing a refraction effect now that I'm up close. But if we set this to real time, this is real time, so that accretion disk is spinning very fast. Of course, this thing's about this size, so it's actually a little bit smaller than, no, it's bigger than Earth. Ever so slightly bigger than Earth. So, yeah. Got a suggestion here saying from Germano Mosconi saying, man, when's the next episode? Right now. It is whenever I upload this video, or edit it and then upload it, and render it, and other stuff, and make a thumbnail, and set up metadata, and all that kind of stuff. 21 Pegasi, suggested by Evan Jones. A blue supergiant with a bunch of planets, including a weird moon with a bug temperature. I'm not seeing that, but I assume it'll be 21 Peg on this list right here. So here we go. To the Milky Way galaxy, which might be very far away. I guess we're just taking the long way there. Okay, here's the cluster we're in. Blue main sequence star, kind of oblong shape, must be orbiting or spinning pretty fast. Hit F2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. This is a bad sign. This means the game's gonna explode any minute now. And it's like a ticking time bomb. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manually reopen the game this time. But first, I wanna turn up the video settings a little bit. And then I'll reopen the game, because when it crashes, it resets your video settings. Reloading the game. Reloading the game. Still reloading the game. Loading stars, database, engine, starting. There we go. Okay, so I think this is where we were. Weird bugged out moon. Okay. Bugged out moon. Bugged out moon. Where's a bugged out moon? Are you a bugged out moon? You don't look like a bugged out moon. Any bugged out moons over here? We got this planet with rings orbiting around a gas giant. We can check that out real quick. I have no clue where its parent gas giant is. Over there, apparently. Ah, there it is. Smack down on this thing. So this thing has rings, and it's orbiting a gas giant with rings. That's always a fun sight to see. or in fact in the shadow of the rings. So there's the rings, there's the gas giant, which also has rings. Wasn't that interesting? I think it was interesting. Let's see. I assume... I don't know which one of these can have the bugged out moon. Do you have a bugged out moon? Ah, is this the bugged out moon? Are you saying that because of the temperature? I assume you're saying that because of the temperature. I don't think that's bugged out. I think it's just way too close to its gas giant. And or it has a very greenhouse heavy atmosphere and it's absorbing a lot of the radiation from that star. That's a possibility, even though this planet does rest at a distance of, it's a major axis, 65 astronomical units. What kind of star is this? Blue main sequence star. Those are very powerful stars, but 65 astronomical units is about twice the distance between the Sun and Pluto, so who knows if it's possible to heat up something that's far away. But then again, the gas giant's pretty warm too, so I assume this is just a very greenhouse heavy planet, kind of like Venus, and it's just collecting tons and tons of the radiation from that star and heating itself up, and not letting much of the heat escape, which means it's probably quite warm on the cold side as well. And look at that, we got a nice illumination from our parenting gas giant. Very neat. Makes this galaxy look pretty cool. Let's get this off the screen. And this looks very much like the Milky Way. Yeah, it's the Milky Way. So, Milky Way is seen with a kind of bluish hue to it. Looks pretty cool, actually. Let's zoom out of these planets here. And I think that's the moon you were talking about. It's one of the very few planets with moons. This one has a moon. This is where we're at. So I don't think that moon's bugged out. I think that's just how it is. This one's another example of the exact same thing. It's kind of warm here because, well, I don't really know. Maybe it's just, yeah, it's probably just too close to that gas giant. And that's possibly just tidal friction heating it up. Is this bugged out moon like, does it have its own glow or something? Is that possibly what you're seeing? I know some planemos could have like their own glows or their own like reflection on the parenting gas giant because they're incredibly hot by tidal friction. Even though they're not really like a light source, they still illuminate like all the other planets around them, and that happens sometimes. In fact, I'm pretty sure I pointed that out in a recent episode. But let's see here. Our next one is from Munich. I do believe that's how that's pronounced. Just paste this in. And let's see. An awesome temperate terror with life. Just explore it and you will see. Looks like a giant gumball. It's purple. It's got rings. Energy star and a big orange moon. This planet is fabulous. Let's go ahead and touch down, let's say right here. It's got organic multicellular marine and terrestrial life. A temperature of 14 degrees Celsius, pretty much on par with Earth. An atmosphere of CO2 and oxygen, so kind of survivable. The CO2 would kind of be a little bit of a problem for us. We would probably yawn a lot and pass out. So CO2 probably not the best thing in the atmosphere. Let's see. Pardon if you guys can hear a dog snoring in the room, because that's totally a thing that's happening right now, and I can't really do too much about that. So here's our parenting moon. It's a hot desert. We might be in a binary system with this thing. In fact, we are. So we're in a binary system with this desert, I do believe. And I don't think I've heard this song in one of my videos before. It's been on the playlist for well over a year, though. Let's hit play and see if we get some cool eclipses. Is this a binary system, or is that technically a moon? Orbits. Oh, that's technically a moon. Interesting. That's a very large moon. Very large desert moon. But given its orbital path, I think it's going to eclipse this planet here. It just got eclipsed by the planet. And here it comes. There we go. Let's touch down right on this volcano. Oh, there's the eclipse. It's like approaching the eclipse to our moon eclipsing us during a solar eclipse. We'll land right next to this volcano. And look at the sun. You can even see like the atmosphere of the planet there. Let's go over here. Here's our field of view. You see a volcano right there? It's kind of a cool thing to see during the eclipse, actually. Zoom out. Move a little bit closer. Ooh. Getting a little bit of a light change with the sun there. Let's approach further into the eclipse. It's very dark. Okay. Now I think the only thing we can really see... Nope, we can still kind of see the sun. And there's the very end. Don't really get to see the cool beads of light like you do with the moon and the sun. But, a cool effect nonetheless. And look at that glow. Wow, this song is kind of annoying, actually, so we'll change that to the next song. Wow, that sound effect. What song was that? That is from Stellardrone. It's called Fermi Paradox. And you guys aren't hearing that again because I removed that from the playlist unless you go look it up yourself. Sorry, Stellardrone, your music's awesome, but man, that was killing my ears. And if you guys want to download this playlist and listen to this music, as always, the link is down in the description below. It is from Stellardrone. He or she is a great artist, and I always try to credit them in every single video that I produce down in the description. So you can check out the music yourself if you enjoy the music that is in this playlist, if you want something calming and space themed. So yeah, it's a pretty cool planet. I think this is our life texture, which is just kind of life, not really much detail to it. And yeah, I don't know if there's really much more to explore here unless we start reading off the facts of this planet. And I don't really feel like doing that because I want to move on to the next suggestion, or else this video is going to take forever. This next one is from Light Dancer. Let me go ahead and copy this ID, paste it in, get rid of the extra space there, and here we go. IC 1101? I think so. A terrifying view of the biggest black hole in the game. So we're on a planet. There's our parenting star. Got a nice tidally locked planet, and if we turn our view around, we're probably going to see nothing. Is that the black hole right there? I think that's the black hole. No, that's a hot gas giant. Where's the black hole? It's gonna pop in any moment now. I know you're here. You can't lurk around that easily. There it is. Yeah, it was just hiding. As you can tell, it's very good at hide and seek. It's like very small, so it's good at hiding and stuff, as you can tell. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. What's funny is you have like this nighttime sky here, which is pretty dim. But I mean, you have that big glowing thing that's probably glowing brighter than any star that's in this area, but you know, it's nice and dark right here. Hopefully, I know there's talks about it, but hopefully this game does get some kind of occlusion thing going on. I know it does for like local planets in its system, but it doesn't factor any other factors, like the fact that you're in this very bright center of a galaxy, or that very bright black hole there. Ooh, this is a cool view. Let's go to these mountains here, just right on the edge of these mountains. These happy little mountains. I don't think they're very happy mountains, to be honest. So there's one parenting star, that might be a second one, or that might be a main star. And then you just have this thing. If I decrease our field of view, you see it a bit better. Or I can turn down the bloom effect. There we go. That's a cool view of this black hole. So I mean, this could potentially be another contender for the thumbnail of this video. I mean, I think this would be a pretty cool contender. I might already have videos already like this, but so I can get a little bit more of a detailed view of the terrain here. I want to get like these cliff textures in, just to kind of show that we are, in fact, on a planet. So I mean, yeah, this could be the thumbnail for the video. Space Engine logo at the top, episode number in the bottom left, and then that thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see in editing which one I pick. But cool view. We've been to a few planets that are around IC 1101. I don't think we've been to one with life though, for some reason. This next one is from Magger Cosmic Wanderer. I'm just gonna call you Cosmic Wanderer. And let's paste their suggestion in, start visiting it, and read the comment. So the secondary object. Okay. The secondary object of this binary Terra system, both are cool in their own ways. The secondary object has marine and terrestrial life, while the primary object does not have life. It does have a wide ring system. Okay, there's the second one. And there's a wide ring system. This is the one without life. Has the asteroids orbiting around it, of course. And game crashed. Yep. This is the same system. That's a dog snoring. Or snoring. Even more snoring. I don't know if it's going to pick up in this dynamic microphone. It might. If so, you guys get to hear a puppo snoring. Okay, so here's our two planets. Let's just touch down on this one with life. For the record, we are in the Large Magellanic Cloud. Ah, there it is. Okay, so do we have a surface we can land on and look at that planet over there? Is that a surface? Oh, those are clouds. Turn off the cloud layer. There we go. Much easier. Turn on the cloud layer. And there's our parenting star. Very bright. Oh, binary star system. Interesting. And just select this planet here. We can't see it because it's over there on our horizon. So if we fly over here, turn off the cloud layer, touch down right here, and look up at this oddly very bright sky. Ah, there it is. We're looking at 2 layers of clouds, it looks like. I can see a little bit of parallaxing between these 2 layers. I woke up the doggo because they were dreaming in their sleep and they started barking. Let's see. Got some kind of texture here. Looks like the top of some kind of forest of some kind. The second planet in the system with the ring, I do believe. Yeah, you can even see the shadow. There's the ring. Kind of hard to see that. Got some round hills, and we're at an ocean with that weird blue water fading off effect that keeps the water looking more natural rather than cutting off at a sharp edge like this. Interesting. Let's go over to the ringed planet. Touch down on it, since there's a surface right here, and we can see the planet that has life from it. Very cool. Imagine him landing on this planet and looking down at, let's say Earth was here. Let's change this into, just imagine Earth. That'd be pretty cool, with the rings and everything. And all the light on this surface is caused by reflected light from the stars going to that planet and bouncing off and hitting here, just like the full moon illuminates our night sky quite a bit. And we're stuttering a little bit, so I'm going to back away from these planets. The next suggestion is from Not Today. They say it's a weird system. When you look at its size comparison with other planets, you will see a huge planet. Biggest actually in SpaceEngine. Hard to say, but it might be the biggest discovered. Maybe, I don't know if you found that yourself or if you found that on Reddit or something. Has really low density, atmospheric pressure, lowest ESI, etc. And the system's only about 1.1 million years old, so that's a very young system. So this, I assume? No. Oh, wait, is this our Scorched gas giant? Ooh, very oblong shaped, either caused by tension from that star or very, very fast rotation. Which would make sense for a very low density planet, and it would allow, the low density would allow for it to spin around and easily become this shape compared to a high density planet, I assume. So, very cool. The atmospheric composition is mostly xenon gas, according to that chart right there. Probably mostly hydrogen and helium, and then like xenon's like a very high quantities or something like that. Mass is, what is that, 7 Jupiters? 7 major axis is 0.42 from the star itself. But it's sitting at a whopping 926 degrees Celsius, so this thing is very hot. It's a scorched gas giant, as the chart says. So that's a very big, yeah, it's a white supergiant. So that makes sense why that's so hot, even though it's actually pretty far away. Very cool. I wonder if that white supergiant's like at its max phase, or if that's actually going to consume this planet at some point. It's half an astronaut, but you know, it's not that far for it to expand, really. Anyways, cool planet, cool system. Let's check out some info. Atmosphere is purely xenon, 100%. Oh, wow. You would think there would be other things, like, you know, the most abundant element in the universe, such as hydrogen. But I guess not. And then we've got some other planets around here. They're all scorched because this is, yeah, a dying star. And it's possibly going to be a supernova, hence it being a supergiant. But I think that is the last suggestion for this video. There was one more, but it's like a second suggestion from the same user. So I think I'm going to end the video here. How long has this recording been going? Oh, almost an hour, so this might be a 30 FPS video. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, it really helps the channel out. Please share it with your friends or anyone who might be nerds who like this kind of stuff. I do hope to get back into Antichamber. I want to record some other games. I want to do more gaming videos because those were fun, even though the views aren't as high, they were fun, and that's what matters. I mean, these videos are fun, but I really enjoyed Antichamber, and I think I'm going to enjoy it some more when I get some free time and I'm able to record a few episodes. So, yeah. Be sure to stay tuned, hopefully for some videos, hopefully very soon. I want to get them out very soon. But until next time, I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day.